Looks like we might be in there. They're coming in line. They used to let us pause before we started, but I don't think that's the thing anymore. Let's see. Boom. Looks like we're live.
Awesome.
Wait, hold on. Let me. Yeah, we're live.
Yeah, we are. Here we are. I'm
Yeah,
going
we're.
to share this.
Do the watch party. Do the watch party. Do the watch party.
Oh.
Look, do the watch party while I get the intro. While I get the intro. And look, you know how to do the this. You know how to do the watch party.
Yeah, I'm just going to share this post right now with everybody.
Yeah, you get that rocking. Oh yeah. Since I'm here. We gonna get it kicked off like this.
Welcome to season 2 of All Things Music, where I'm giving you listeners an all-access pass, and I'm pulling back the curtain on the music business. I've reached out to all my music business friends, and they've agreed to let loose and be real with me. So all aspects of their career, relationships, big wins, and hard losses, nothing is off the table. You never know where these combos will go. So hold on and let the hangout begin.
Oh, we are here with All Things Music. We are here. And I got to stop those commercials. Yes, we are here with Amanda Shaw.
What's up, Sean? It's so great to see you.
What's happening, baby girl?
Of course, Sean Ardoin's background is like gold. I mean, everything he touches is gold. I mean, you are amazing.
Check us in the mail. Check us in the mail. Mail.
Y'all, for those of my fans who don't know who are watching this, Sean Ardoin is a 2-time Grammy Award nominee and winner, right?
No, not a winner yet.
Not a winner yet.
I'll take it. It's coming. It's coming.
I mean, I see you everywhere. He is so talented. I've known Sean for a long time, and I was so thrilled when Sean asked me to be on your show that you've been hosting weekly since the pandemic started, right?
Yeah, man. I was like, I need to get you. Well, actually, this is season 2.
Season 2. So when did you start your the show?
I started this in 2018.
Cool.
I did like 20 something interviews in 2018, and then I got the nomination, so that slowed everything down. And
understandable.
2018 was a wash, and then right before the pandemic, or right when the pandemic was happening, my manager was like, "Yo, you talk really good. You should interview some people." I said, "You know what? I already have a show."
Wait, your manager didn't know that you had a show? Come on, manager. Mr. Manager.
Yeah, but he don't manage that side. He just manages music.
That's awesome. Well, thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, look, thank you for being here. I mean, this is an awesome month. You came along. You came along at a great month. We had PJ Morton on the first week. We had the hip hop icon Al Capone on last week.
Yes.
And this is how I titled you. I said, child phenom turned Americana fiddle darling.
Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
You can use that. I ain't sure. You can use it.
Yay. Thank you so much.
And then next week we have Kirk Whalum.
Oh, cool. So cool.
Yeah, like iconic, just dude, so your month is, this month is phenomenal for you to be on this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I'm excited. I mean, to chat with you, and it's always just great, like right now, especially too, we're so used to, and I think that's something that I've realized during this pandemic is like realizing that I take for granted seeing my friends like you at festivals all around the state. And usually, you know, and probably, you know, if people will often be like, oh, how's my buddy so-and-so? And I usually only see my friends like you, like for 5 minutes in between sets. And it's like, how you doing? Oh my gosh, let me give us stuff off. Oh man, you had a great set. Will you have fun? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna see you next week, or I'm gonna see you next month, or whatever. And I miss running into people like you. I miss seeing all my friends out there at the festivals, catching up, finding out who's doing, you know what. So this is such a blessing to be able to be here and chat with you. And this is just so cool. I'm so excited.
All right, well, look, let's just get right into it. Gary Usi from Brobridge said, "What's up?"
Hey, Gary, what's up?
Yep, Meech and Meech Tanner. What's up, Meech? Meech.
Hey.
Yep. So we got some folks already in here, that the ones that are commenting. So
look, awesome.
So look, we always start this off by saying "Allons manger."
Allons manger.
And that means let's eat. So, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food. Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Anything Latin. All of anybody who follows me on Instagram knows that I love to eat and I love to try new recipes. I love healthy cooking, like on a daily basis. Like I love trying to turn my favorite foods and flavors into, you know, slightly healthier options. I am a Louisiana girl after all, but when it comes to the weekends, I can get down on some serious Latin flavors, anything with some salsa. Oh man, I love it. And the spicier, the better. If my nose is not running, it's not spicy enough.
You know, I was just telling Vanessa that yesterday, like, you know, because I'm doing the vegetarian thing, and you know, I fell for one of those ads on Facebook and Instagram, and they hit me on both sides, Instagram and Facebook.
Oh yeah.
It's this vegan, not vegan. It's gluten free, whatever, you know, just vegan, vegetarian, whatever. But it's a chicken substitute made out of pea protein.
Pea protein, yeah. Do you remember what brand it is?
It's from Australia. I got it in the. It's like good something. But anyway, I can share that with you later.
Okay.
But look, it makes me wonder about the cheap chicken you get at these cheap little places, because this tastes just like chicken.
It's so true. True.
It's not even over processed, but it tastes like chicken. I mean,
so,
and it has the consistency and the taste of the not real chicken.
Yeah.
Patties.
It's amazing what you can do. So I don't eat meat. Y'all don't kill me, but I don't eat meat and I don't eat dairy. I do love fish. So I mean, again, I am a Louisiana girl, so I've got to have me some shrimp, some salmon, like, you know what I mean? Like I have to have seafood, but you're right. I often will do, it's just amazing. Like the things you can get now, it's just like, I make cashew cheese and stuff all the time in my blender. And it's just like the flavors, like I said, during the week, I always try to be like mindful of what I'm putting in my body, fueling my body to, you know, to work the best that it can, have good energy. It also helps me think clearer and better, and that overall fuels your life and keeps you positive. And, you know, and that's definitely been a thing that these past few months has really helped me, is being able to have something steady like that, you know, I make a little plan each week of like, oh, my meals or whatever. And it's exciting to cook it all together and try out these recipes. So, and being able to have that healthy balance, definitely, it fuels me. And it's a big part of what I do.
You know, that's the biggest thing. Cause like, I used to say I was vegetarian. But then like recently I had a little shift because I was doing the processed meats, like the Impossible and Beyond and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
But that's super processed though. So it's like actually not better for you. It's better for the environment. But
right.
Since I'm not the whole vegan guy, you know, we've got to reduce it. I'm not that guy because I'm from Louisiana. I know you got to kill it to eat it. You know what I'm saying? And you got to feed it to grow it. So I mean, you know, yeah. I'm just like, well, but I actually did this holistic thing and found out. I knew that Impossible has a possible side effect of adding estrogen in men's bodies. And when I went to the holistic nutritionist, she said, "Hey man, why you got all this estrogen in your system?" And from
Oh,
that point on,
wow.
I've got like 5, 6 packs of Impossible in my freezer, and I'm not eating it. I'm not eating
Oh,
it.
wow.
And I love Impossible. So, so,
Yeah.
so if
Yeah.
I ever get the point to where I want to go, I'm just gonna have a grass-fed burger.
Oh, man. Yeah, well, I love trying new recipes. I love trying all kinds of
So what's
things.
your favorite food?
Well, my favorite food is probably churmolito, which is a family recipe that my grandmother brought from Guatemala. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm actually 50% Guatemalan. I'm first generation on my mom's side, and that's actually a big part of how I grew up is eating a lot of my grandmother's cooking on the weekends, and she always had she was always making either like chicken mole or she was making
Now, you can't just say those things and not explain what those things are.
well,
That'd be like me being on a show in New York and saying, "Oh yeah, we got boudin and cracklings." You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, "What's that?"
Well, so chirmolito is it's a basically a fire roasted salsa. You put
Wow.
the well, I don't want to give away the recipe or anything, but it's a salsa and it's a family recipe salsa and it's really good. And I will just say I am pretty sure that my friends only invite me to their dinner parties because they want me to bring the salsa because I roast those tomatoes all day long and I get it. And I've had friends that even tell me, they're like, I've tried making it. I've given them the recipe and I'm like, oh yeah, it's easy because I just whip it up and they're like, what? They're like, but it's not the same. They're like, it's not the same. But yeah, you roast the tomatoes. So you can I put it on rice. I'll put it on anything. I'll eat salsa all day, every day.
I'm talking about, yeah.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Yeah, I totally will.
That's your ultimate favorite. Now,
that is.
Since we're talking about the Coronacation, side note, Coronacation relationships coming out Friday, August 28th. Brand new music from Sean Arden.
Hey, y'all get that?
So in this, Jerry Selwyn said, "What's up, Amanda and Sean? What's happening, Jerry?"
Hey, Jerry.
So during this Coronacation, I know that goods aren't as accessible as they used to be. So what is your go-to food during the Coronacation?
Oh, the same. I feel like, no, you know what? That was a big thing whenever this all started is I was just like, all right. I think there's a lot of it's different than Katrina. And I know a lot of people have compared this to Katrina. It's very different than Katrina. However, I think Katrina taught us lessons. And I think the number one thing that like going into this as, you're realizing, all right, there's a lot of things changing was, looking at the things in my life that I do have control over and that, and seeing like what I have in my, just kind of taking stock of things and saying, okay, these things are not going to change just because your environment, just because the world and life is so chaotic, just because we don't know, back in March, it was like a 2-week or 4-week thing. So it's like, all right, are these festivals happening in the fall? Okay, now these festivals are not happening in the fall, and things have changed. And I think ultimately sticking to, again, and actually I just posted about this it's actually funny that we're talking about this because on Sunday I updated my Instagram stories with my Sunday routine because Sundays are a day that I reset and I I meal prep and I do yoga and or go for a walk. I make a little list of things I want to accomplish for the week, and I think overall just treating life like this is life. I think if allowing Corona to throw everything up in the air, for me personally, wasn't going to be a great idea. And instead saying this is life and being comfortable with being uncomfortable and saying, okay, my life is my life regardless of the surroundings around it. And so, yeah, I feel like I've mostly stayed the same, mostly just kept going as much as I can with my life. business as usual, making goals each week, even if those goals, even if my list of goals is like calling friends, even if my list of goals is, you know, checking in on people and it's not work related goals, you know, obviously the weeks I am able to make work related goals and participate in things, that feels really great. But just ultimately having a reason to get up every morning and do something and know that you're being productive, I think is good.
It is. It is. It's so good. And you know, and man, see, you didn't took this thing on a nice little level right there. You know, you know, because that's exactly it. And first of all, whenever you put your in-ears in, I watched and I remembered that whenever you put them in, you're supposed to and then put them in. I don't ever get a good seal for some reason.
I have really tiny little ears, so I don't really have I don't have a problem with
right. That. But these are custom ears, which is why I kind of, but I didn't have these thick armed glasses when I got them.
Oh, there you go.
I had I had wire glass, and you know, stuff like that makes a difference, which is it's all related because you said that you had to get on the schedule because it makes a difference.
It does.
It's allowed you to really get your whole thing down pat, so that even though everything around you is going crazy, your life is still normal. It's like me and Vanessa. You know, we were already on this path before the Corona thing hit. You know,
right.
She retired. I work in the studio all day long or whatever. This is what I do. And so whenever it happened, everybody's tripping. I was like, well, we're like, our life didn't really change except for we can't really go where we used to go, you know?
Right, exactly.
That's the only thing. But I'm taking the challenge, even though you didn't issue one, to start writing down weekly goals.
Yeah, I love lists. I have actually, I have like a stack of like.
Tell us the benefits of lists.
I mean, I'm sure, I don't know, maybe you don't know, but I feel like for the most part, I have my life, like I'm doing a pretty good job, but man, inside my head can be really crazy sometimes because you've got music playing, you've got work calls that you're like, I got to do these things. And, and then you've got friends and family that you're still trying to be good to. You're trying to drink enough water in the day, all those things. So I find it really helpful to like make a list of things that you need to do, a list of things you want to do, appointments. Yeah. I still use I know people send me Google invites, but I actually still use a physical calendar because I do. You
have a day planner?
I have the Kate Spade book with each. It's kind of like the Franklin Covey ones that I used to. That's how far back this goes. Is that I had a Franklin Covey one when I was in high school, and with each of the days, and then you've got little lines you can write. You have like your pages for monthly things, and I keep notebooks of just goals and things. I've always been someone that just. I'm goal oriented. And again, it doesn't have to be big goals. It can just be tiny things that, I'm going to clean out my closet today and, or I'm going to donate things to Goodwill today or, make a trip to the food pantry with some items. It can literally be anything, but I guarantee you it will make you feel so good afterwards to look at that list and look at what you accomplished. And it certainly helps me sleep better.
Yeah. Check everything off. Check. Yeah. I definitely have, I have big lists. I don't do, that's why I said I'm going to take the challenge to do the, Jerry Selwyn said, Franklin Covey, now I don't feel so bad, so old.
I did. I had a Franklin Covey one in high school. Yeah, that's how far back this calendar list thing goes.
Because he threw me off with the not so old thing. I'm like, come on, dude, really? but yeah, so you get the list going, and we have big ones, and it does feel good to check off the big ones. But I need to do better at the smaller ones. I try, but my day goes so crazy that I feel I'm a type A personality, so I'm really so if I don't meet my goals, I'm kind of I feel some type of way about that. So no,
you gotta let it go. That's where the yoga and meditation comes in, because sometimes Don't get me wrong. I definitely have days where I wake up and I am looking at a list. I went to bed feeling all determined, and some days you wake up and you are just like, and especially with Corona, you have to be forgiving to yourself and take care of yourself first. And I have definitely had days where I blew off every phone call I was supposed to make. Oh yeah, put do not disturb on my phone, even things that had to happen, and ate a tub of ice cream, dairy-free ice cream instead.
Oh, I got a good recipe for you, by the way.
Oh, really? Oh, tell me about it.
It's actually Steens. I used Steens, and Steens picked it up, and they put it on their page.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's chocolate ice cream, but no dairy. I use coconut milk, coconut cream, a little pinch of salt, cocoa, Hershey's sugar-free cocoa,
Yeah.
just the 100% cocoa, and some vanilla, and a tablespoon or two of cornstarch. And
wow, you're fancy.
now look, but it's so good.
I do. So I have a little recipe, but it is not near as fancy. When I'm craving like ice cream, I always keep frozen bananas in my freezer, and I just throw frozen bananas, like 2 of them in my blender, and I blend it up till it's nice and smooth, and then I scoop it out of my blender, and I put some chocolate chips and like a scoop of peanut butter and swirl it in, and that's it. It's not as fancy as yours. I'm not that fancy. I am not high tech like you.
Hey, that's kind of, that's some prep work, man. That's prep work.
So if you're looking for a way to use your bananas that is not banana bread, because I know we're all sick of making banana bread at this point, you can freeze them and you can make smoothies. You can make ice cream, out of them.
So you freeze them and you put chocolate chips. You said chocolate chips.
Yeah, I put some chocolate chips and a scoop of peanut butter.
Oh.
Yeah, so a little healthy way to do it.
I'm just thinking, because Vanessa just did. She made some little cookies. They're not cookies, but they're kind of like a little oat ball.
Oh yeah.
With the banana, let the banana get right.
Yeah.
And put it in the oven, whole, whatever. Whatever it was good.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I'm always trying out new recipes, and I love trying little fun things.
And so the thing about this whole situation that we're in now, we're backstage. This is exactly what we'll be doing backstage.
That's true.
Random left field. Yeah, let's talk about that for a while. Right? Yeah, let's talk about that for a while. And so the Coronication is a thing, man. It is a thing. It is such a thing. And I'm glad that you're doing well. So
thanks.
Now, young Amanda, I actually know you. Wait, when did we get introduced? You were what, 11?
Yeah, I was gonna say
that you were in middle school.
Probably I was like 12 or 13, I would say.
Yeah, and just for y'all who don't know, she's been doing this thing all her life. She's just like I've been doing all my life, but she's been doing all her life, but she's been doing it on big stages the whole time.
No, I mean just working hard to be as cool, trying to be as cool as Sean Ardwan. I'm so serious.
That's what it is. Okay. Because I remember your mom and dad had reached out, and y'all were trying to do some stuff. I think Disney maybe or something like that, and I'd written some songs for you. And I didn't understand at that time to do my due diligence to see what the vision they had for you. But I was like, I looked at what you were doing, and I was like, first of all, you play violin and fiddle, even though it's the same instrument. You can but I was like, you play violin and fiddle. You're a cute little girl, and you're about to try to get some hookup with Disney. I was like, the thing you need to do is do what I've always done, is take your traditional stuff and put it on some popular stuff.
And you've always done a good job at that, and you're so right.
But because I'm just gonna pitch this and say, I think if you did it today, those songs I wrote then, if you do them today, I think they would still be killing. But
all right, we have a collab in the works, y'all. We're doing it. We're making it happen.
I was like, dude, no, don't send But look, and I'm also glad that you stayed where you in your strength. You know what I'm saying? Because that's your lane.
Thank you.
And now that you're maturing, you could switch into that other lane easily. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
I'm just putting that out there. If we were backstage, I'd be saying the same thing.
Well, so I've written, well, first of all, thank you so much for all of your kind words. And yeah, I just want to say, like, I'm so lucky, and I always say this all the time, but like, honestly, growing up in Louisiana, it's like, there's no other place like it where like someone like you would connect with, two parents who like have a little girl with a dream, and are willing to, help out, give advice, I think that's one of the amazing things. And often when I've traveled abroad and even here in the States, one thing I always really try to express to people and to like interviewers is it's really one of the things that makes Louisiana so unique is that we have a group of musicians here that, while we're all working hard and we're all doing the same thing, and it's not that it's not, competitive, but people are friendly enough, and we all have a similar goal in mind, in that Louisiana is this little treasure. Louisiana music is this little magical treasure, and we're all, as musicians and as cultural ambassadors, we're all just trying to protect it the best way we can in our own unique ways. And the only way you can do that is by working together as a musical community and always collaborating. And you don't really find that in music communities in other parts of the country or other parts of the world. It's really so unique to Louisiana. And the fact that as a kid I was able to grow up, people like you and Chubby Carrier, Rockin' Dupsy, Marva Wright, we'd watch the Saints games with Marva Wright, all the time, just George Porter is another one who often would give advice and let me play on stage. So it's like, and there's just like not a lot of places that would be so friendly, and help really grow, those talents. And so that's just such an amazing thing. And and I'm really proud to be a part of it. And I just turned 30 2 weeks ago. So
whoa.
So it's been like major on my brain. I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting old. What am I doing with my life? I haven't done enough. I have to do all of these things to put back into the community. So yeah,
So
that's where I'm at.
Happy late birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
And wait a minute, 30?
I am 30. I know.
Man, somebody on this call is getting old.
Me, the girl with the Franklin Covey.
Man, look at here. So yeah, see, and that's the other thing. You look absolutely nowhere near 30 years old. And that's
Thank you. That's my filter light over there doing its job. My filter light is doing all $112 I paid for it.
Is that ring light, right? That ring light?
That's right.
Side note, I got mine right there, but I got some soft ones on the side. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you have to get that lighting right.
I got two cameras in and one on the way. This thing might have like 3 different angles at some point. It's coming because you got to do the pivot, man. You got to make the pivot.
That's right.
Make the pivot, and that's extremely cool. Now, I want to go back to what you said a while ago when you said, because I write down a list because, I'm doing this and I have music in my head. Let's talk about the music in your head. Am I the only one that never stops hearing music?
Oh man, no, I wake up all the time with little ideas. And actually, it's so funny. I was talking to my friend Kenny Lopez recently, and he asked me, he was like, how do you write songs? I'm like, there's no answer to it because it just is kind of always happening. Like it just happens. And all of a sudden I'm just the weirdo that is like, hold that in the middle of a conversation, be like, hold that thought. Like, because I have to go in my phone and sing this idea into my voice memos on my phone, whether it's a line. And, I love writing music so much. I love just like listening to people talk or like the world happening. And the best. That's the best way to get ideas. So I have a song, Don't Treat Me Like Your Woman. And I always, whenever I do, it's called Don't Treat Me
Break that down.
It's actually called Don't Treat Me Like Your Woman If You Can't Act Like My Man. And so this song came from,
you got me leaning back on that one. I ain't leaning back in a while. What's up with that?
I always love telling this story for those of you guys who have been to my shows at like the Dyson House or the Listening Room of Alabama. This is a story I always tell because I love funny things. I love things that make me giggle, and I tend to like to write songs about things like at the grocery store. I could hear someone say something and it makes me have an idea. So this particular one, I was at the beauty shop. Getting things for my hair because I know all of you think that this is so natural because that's why I was at the beauty shop. So I was at a beauty shop looking at some stuff, and I hear two ladies at the counter and they are cackling. They are laughing so loud about something and they are gossiping. Right. All of a sudden I hear this one lady and she goes real loud. She's like, "Girl, what you don't do for your man, another woman will." And I had no idea who they were talking about or what they were talking about, but it made me laugh. And I started laughing with them, whatever they were talking about and whoever this man was. So I kept that little idea in my head, and I was like, well, what's the opposite of that? And I just thought it would be an interesting perspective to write a song, "Don't treat me like your woman if you can't act like my man." That's what she should have said.
That's good. I like that. Come on now, young Amanda. Come on, young Amanda.
So funny things. I like funny things. Things that people say make me laugh, and that's mostly how I write my songs, get ideas for my songs.
Yeah, I wrote wrote a song. It was more like a jam. Back then Zydeco music was about dancing and about the vibe.
Yeah,
And I've always tried to make it more songwriter, more songs. That was my goal since 1988 we started 85 when I helped my dad out. But whenever me and Chris took over in 88, we started writing songs. I was just like, I was at LSU at the time, and so having my peers like what I was doing was important to me, and I was just like, we got to make this. We got to do something. What's lacking? I said, well, first of all, we don't have songs. Let's write some songs. Instead of just like, my Zydeco hog, my Zydeco dog, my Zydeco car, down the old trail ride, hey you, hey you, we need to get some real songs. So I started working on that. And see, I just lost my entire train of thought because of where was I going? I had a point.
No, it's true though. It's really awesome to tell stories and because
I got it. Yes.
Okay.
And you are such a good interviewee. Oh my God, this is so easy. Look.
Thank you.
Look, whenever you've been interviewed before, you understand. If a good interviewees understand how to keep the flow going. You know what I'm saying? You say yes and no.
Well, first of all, I'm just here to hang out, okay?
That's what I'm saying. To hang out, but your professionalism kicked in when you saw me go brain fart. You're like, I got you.
Maybe once or twice I've known.
Yeah, I want to point that out. I want to give you a shout out for that.
Thanks.
Professional. I appreciate that so much. As someone who tries to make sure that the person interviewing me is looks great. So you just help me look good because you helped me remember what I was talking about. Fumba laka chumba. Well, I went off the left end because I was talking about how the music was, and we tried to fix it. But
okay.
Fumba laka chumba. I don't even know if this is real, but dude said he was I want to say West Indian. He said it was a West Indian slang that meant is cool. I like
okay.
It.
That's a really cool. That's a Fumba laka chula.
Fumba laka chumba.
Fumba laka chumba.
Fumba laka chumba. So we were in. I say this dude might have me cussing, and folks might hear this stuff and be like, "This dude, what is he saying? And why is he saying that on record?" But it was in 2001. I put it on my CD because we were in California playing, and this dude just loved it. Right? We finished.
Yeah.
Fumba laka chumba. I was like, come see.
We need to talk.
I said, what is that? He said, oh, it means I like it like that. I said, really? I said, okay. And,
that is so cool. I love that.
And so I said, okay. And so I said, y'all follow me. So I started playing. And then playing, I said, he was a cool little man from the West Indies. He said, my name is Mel. I'm glad to meet you. I said, man, if you do what you did last night, he said, Fumba like a chumba, we gonna be all right. Fumba like a chumba, that mean I like it like that. I was like, oh man. And when I played it, it was outside of the tennis courts in California.
Yeah.
And when I played the song, everybody got their lawn chairs and got on the courts and were dancing.
It is so awesome. That is so awesome. What a great story. I love that so much.
I'm like, I'm recording that sucker. See, and
yeah.
Me and you were talking offline about prep, and you were saying how you like to prep everything. On the other hand, I like to prep, but I also, because of my personality, I like to leave open the possibilities.
Oh, for sure. I totally agree.
I will go left. That's my left. This is probably your left. But I will go left in a minute. Like when we go to the studio, I'll go left. If I see it, I'll be like, let's go here. I pay attention. The producer in me pays attention.
Yeah.
So do you have any projects coming up?
Well, I just released a record, Joie, 2 weeks ago. So yeah.
What does joie mean? What does joie mean?
It's French for joy. Come on. Joie, yeah.
I know that.
It's actually my first traditional Cajun record. It's the first traditional Cajun record I've ever made. Because I'm not a traditional Cajun artist. I've done a lot of originals, and I've always had Cajun music sprinkled throughout my sets and my records and stuff, but I've never made a fully traditional record. And so this was really exciting. We recorded it back in November at Esplanade Studios. And
that's a nice studio.
It is. It's a great. Misha's so great. I got to work with my friend Zach Loy, who produced it, and obviously the cute guys, played with me. People don't know. People don't know. I got people here that have never heard of you. My band, the Cute Guys. So my band, the Cute Guys, have been backing me up since the very beginning. Since the very, very beginning.
And it's the same guys, right?
It is the same guys. Yep. So, but yeah, we just had this record come out. And so I was just really excited to be able to, as I was approaching my 30th birthday and thinking all these things in my head of like, man, I felt like a good time. I also just celebrated 20 years working in the music industry, being a professional musician. So I felt like a really good way to celebrate kind of these two milestones was to make my first ever traditional record. Again, going back to what I was saying earlier, for those of you guys who don't know, I started playing violin when I was 4. I was watching TV, and there was a program that showed the violin, and I just fell in love with it. And my mom took me to go get lessons. Neither of my parents play music. We lived in Hammond at the time. She took me to Southeastern. They have a community music school, and I went and I took lessons there, and I fell in love. And truly is my instrument. I really, 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 my parents didn't have to ask me to practice. And I loved the challenge of my instrument. It made sense to me. And it was something I enjoyed working at, even as a little girl. But growing up in Louisiana, I really did fall in love with Cajun music. I went to a couple of like the Phenom and the dances. And so actually Mitch Reed is one of the fiddle players that really taught me a lot of like the Dennis McGee songs. Really, a lot of my style, where it comes from, really comes from the lessons that Mitch gave me. And I was like 8 at the time, and so you've been to Mulots, right? So there's the stage, and Shuddy Buddy had a gig on Sundays, and they'd come in, and while the band set up, Mitch would give me lessons for an hour, but while they were doing sound check and everything. I'd come early in the day, and he would play the songs, and these songs aren't written down. The traditional, they're not written down. The only way they survive is by people playing them and sharing them and learning them. And I didn't really, obviously as an 8-year-old, I didn't recognize that. I was just like, oh, this is cool. This is fun. I like this song. This makes me want to shake my booty. And so that was about it. And I really enjoyed it, and he taught me all of these songs, all these Dennis McGee songs that I've played throughout my sets, throughout the years, and as I approached my 30th birthday, I felt like, as I realized how amazing it is to be a part of this tradition, this cultural tradition here in Louisiana, and that those songs, you know, survive with me and other people, you know, other young people like me, and how great it was that I was taught those songs, and really what a disservice it would be to the music itself, to me, if I didn't continue participating in that tradition by sharing those songs and really playing those songs. So some of those songs are songs I've played for a long time in my sets. Some of them are songs I revisited that I had learned long ago, but my fans have never heard me play before. And others are songs I've always wanted to play. And I finally was like, here we go. So that was the really cool part about this record.
Yeah, because the cool thing, well, not the cool thing, the cool thing about you doing this is that you recognize that by virtue of you being a fiddle player in Louisiana, you're automatically connected, whether you are or not, to the Cajun fiddle. And, you know, it just so happens that you were going to Mulots at 8 years old. So you were already indoctrinated. But it's really cool that you took the time to do that project. And Charles Cutts said it's a great CD.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you so much. Yeah, shout out to all of my people who pre-ordered and made 2020 possible, because without those pre-orders, this record wouldn't have been made possible. Without those pre-orders, I wouldn't have had the money to order the physical copies. So thank you guys so much for making it possible, for making the final part of this project a reality and participating in it.
So let's talk about that since we're backstage. Fan engagement. So you've done a really, really good job, and you actually taught me something about Facebook, about the watch parties that I'm going to research afterwards. But fan engagement. So you have a really, 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 really loyal fan base.
Thank you.
What do you attribute that to, besides the fact that you're an awesome artist who understands that you're able to do what you love to do because of the people who come and see you? And a lot of artists don't get that, but you're one that gets it, and you've got it from the beginning. And that's why that's the number one reason why when your parents were like, "Hey, would you mind talking to Amanda?" I was like, "Not at all," because you had that fire. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you so much.
And your parents, you know, they were like, "Sean, do you think she should? Do you think she should really focus on the classical stuff?" I was like, "Absolutely not. You put this little girl in a classical situation, and she's gonna shoot herself." She is not. I mean, I don't want to make a suicide. I'm sorry.
No, but it's true. I mean,
crazy.
I'm a little bit fiery. I understand where you're going with that.
There's no reason for you to sit down in one spot and read a chart. No, you need to be all over the stage and doing what you do. And I said, first of all, if y'all nurture this, she's gonna be somebody. And I knew they would do that because they were already investing all their time and stuff in it. And so shout out to your parents, because they are the real winners of this, because as having a couple of sons myself and grandkids,
you are not old enough to have, well, hold on. You are not old enough to have grandkids.
Right. You are right. Look, and I always throw her under the bus because she looks so great for her age. But my wife is 4 years older than me, and so her son gave us the grandkids.
Okay.
So Bona's son gave us the number one grandkids. I love you. Yes.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Ash and Julian. What's up?
Hey.
So, but yeah, I mean, so having you know, my son, I'm extremely proud of him. So I know your parents are like, they hit the lottery because they see you get to do what you love to do and what they invested in you early to do. So that's pretty awesome. So so you did Joie. Joie came out last week. It's been doing well. So talk about fan engagement. I mean,
you're so right.
What is your thing? What is your go-to thing? I mean, not to give you secrets, but what's the number one thing you believe is important to keep your fans engaged? And Todd Feeder from Wisconsin said two of my faves. He sent two. I say, what's up?
Hey Todd, what's going on? You know, I mean, I definitely, fans are super important. They are a part of the journey. And I think understanding that from a long time ago, really understanding that, you know, music isn't possible without the people who listen to music. You can play the world's greatest music all day long. You can write the world's greatest song, and if you have no one to listen to it, it literally does not matter. And so, you know, in the same way, and look, I can actually nerd out on all of this stuff because I've read like the Disney Institute, you know, books of customer service and all of that. I have a GED, and so everything I do is 100% shooting from the hips and all just gut instinct. So, and I'm also an indie artist. I have no manager. I have a small team. I have LaDana, who is the world's greatest publicist, and Stuart, who is also local and does my bookings. My team is 100% local, and I am so proud of them. What?
You have a team.
I do.
You got a team. When you got a team, you're winning. And that's why
you're so right.
I see you everywhere.
Thank you so much.
After all this time, the last few years, I've had shout out to Monica, shout out to Jackie, both Jackies, Jackie Simeon, Jackie Adams. They've been down with me since '99. Well, but then since I went solo in '99, they've been like really there every time.
Yay!
But send them a shout out. But I finally got a manager and a booking agent, and it's amazing because I'm still that, like you said, the independent artist. So I feel funny about waiting for somebody else to do it.
No, it's so, and you know what, in this day with the internet and everything, and you have Facebook that you can directly reach out to fans and stay in touch with your people and your group is really awesome. And that's the one thing is, like, even though I know we can't play on stages throughout the country or here in Louisiana, we are right here on Facebook and things like this, being able to talk to you, being able to interact with you guys who are watching and hang out with y'all. And again, just tell you guys, what's up, tell you guys what I've been up to and everything. That's just an important thing. It fuels me, and it keeps me going for sure. Being able to see people still enjoying music, when people come out to the shows. I do genuinely, after 20 years, I still get really excited when people come to my shows. I will call my mom and I'll be like, oh my gosh, can you believe it? Like, we got like so many people out. And I have two younger brothers, so I'm sure my 25-year-old brother is just like, okay, Amanda, but it's so, but I do legitimately just get really excited to see people come out, and it just amazes me. And that is just sort of like this awesome, mythical power of music that it's able to bring people together, that these songs that came from me, walking around in the beauty store or the grocery store, hearing two women cackle, connects with somebody else, here at a show or, on the internet somewhere, is really awesome, and it continues to put good energy out into the world. Maybe somebody else sees it and they decide they're going to pick up playing music lessons. It's all about fueling each other and understanding that we're all a part of something much bigger than ourselves. And it's just so important to give what you can, be positive about it, and continue to, to continue to take care of that soil that takes care of you. And that's just a really big thing to me. So yeah.
Look, on that note of the putting good energy out there and the people that take care of you, I'm gonna go and have a word from our sponsors. So y'all check this out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm my people.
Charles Tradition, with 2 locations to better serve you. We thank all of you for continuing to support us during these trying times. Now more than ever, we know how far our perfectly seasoned fried chicken, fish, or seafood will go to satisfy your cravings or just give you a little comfort. We are serving all of our menu classics to go until we get the all clear. So call ahead or stop by our Enterprise Boulevard and Common Street locations and get the taste you crave. Ball's Fried Chicken, a Lake Charles tradition.
Okay.
Hey everyone, I'm Dee Dee McKinley from Christian World.
Did it not go live? Did it still go live? See, I gotta fix this thing. So yeah, look.
Message from Pastors Jerry and Hope Snyder. You can watch on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook page, or on our website at christianworld.cc.
understand that we had a deep connection. Yeah. And I appreciate the love and the care. But right now you've got to let me leave.
Yes. I say this every time whenever we come out of that commercial. I go, you know what? I got to get me some of those headphones.
I was just thinking the same thing. I was like, oh, those look really cool.
Yeah, you know, you go from the studio and you take them out and go and you got Bluetooth and you can do. I was like, you know what? You know, and Personas is a little.
Charmaine Neville was fussing at me the other day because she's my neighbor. She was fussing at me the other day because I'm always walking around with my big old headphones on and like not paying attention. And she's like,
Yeah.
I see you all. And she's like, you need to pay attention to what's going on around you. And I was like, I know, I get lost in my music in my headphones. Those look really cool. I like them.
And you can hear the ambient stuff. Yep. Especially if you like the, you know, the over the ear ones, you know.
I do like the over the ear the best for going out on walks. You can hear everything. It sounds really good and gives me good ideas.
Yep. So I was trying to get back to my profile feed, and I come across this thing on my Facebook. 4 years ago was the big floods.
Wow.
It seems like it's been longer than that, but because so much has happened.
I know.
It seems like it's been longer than that, but it's only been 4 years since the big flood, because I had a big concert, Louisiana One flood relief, and everybody got to come out and you know, everybody came out and helped out, and it was great. But ironically, for the flood relief concert, it rained like it was going to flood again.
Oh my gosh. I actually remember that. I think I also did a flood relief thing there in Baton Rouge. And it was, that was so terrible. I can't even believe that. Okay, but on to more positive things.
Because we're Dominique Darbone, the lead singer for the Flamethrowers here in Lake Charles, said so inspiring. She said so inspiring.
Oh, thank you, Dominique. That's so sweet of you.
Yep. Okay, so fan, we're still on fan engagement. We just tipped the iceberg on that. So obviously, since you said that your fans supported you in that, so did you do Patreon, or which one of those, which are you a fan of Patreon and the GoFundMe's, or what is your jam?
Nope.
Okay. It's just pre-orders.
Yep. You know, the thing is that we're here on Facebook and Instagram. Like, you know, I mean, if you really want my personal opinion, is that
Look, we backstage.
I don't want to make anybody mad or feel like I'm so bossy and opinionated, even though I am definitely bossy and opinionated.
You look, you don't get to where you at by not being that. You know what I'm saying? You don't ever apologize.
Bossy girl. I feel like with the birth of Instagram and Facebook and all of that, quite frankly, that ship has sailed. I think trying to, unless you have, and look, it works for some people, but for me personally, I'm already sharing that type of content on Facebook and Instagram that I would go on Patreon. And, for me, I do it. I enjoy sharing little tidbits of my day, whether it's my pictures of I have 4 really adorable dogs. So if you like dogs,
dog lady, not the cat.
Definitely, you could go to my Instagram because I'm always updating about my dogs, but I'm already sharing that kind of stuff anyways. Music is meant to be shared with everyone, but it does have value. So, that's...
Come on, Amanda. Stop and say that one more again. Look, I'm Amanda for governor of the music situation. What's up?
Music is for everyone, but it does have value. And so for me, it's important to connect with as many people as possible and share my music with as many people as possible. So by doing a Patreon or something, that would just put me in another place and trying to circulate people there and now ask people to pay for that. And there's so many people that are already, you know, also in such a bind, just like myself, you know, so asking people now to give $5 a month, that might be a lot for a lot of people. And so I would rather spend my time, you know, making content and being here with you and connecting, and then putting out music and spending my energy, hopefully using this time to be creative. Fun fact, there's definitely like half a record that's already been written. So, I mean, you know, I would rather spend my time just, again, staying on track. And at least that's how it is right now. And you're right. We have to be flexible because the world is ever changing. So in my mind, for at least the last 6 months, it's more about just cruising as best as I can and navigating this world and just trying to stay connected with as many people as possible. Again, the internet is such a great thing. You know, I've met new fans through this that I wouldn't have met, you know, without this. So I'm grateful. You know, you'll have to find the silver lining for sure in anything that you do. So, and again, I have my CD store up on my website. And if anybody wants, amandashaw.com. So amandashaw.com. So you know, and I have that brand new record, Joie. I have some copies right here in a box. So it's not that my room is messy. It's that I have CDs that I have no other place to put them. But I'm happy to sign them, personalize them to you, to your friends and family if you want. Just drop it in the notes when you purchase, and the money goes straight to me because you're not purchasing it through a third party. And if you don't have any extra money, you can stream the music. But if you have $10, you can purchase a copy of the CD and again get it autographed.
I spelled your name wrong. I'm trying to multitask. Amanda with an N.
Amanda Shaw.
I did it right on my profile, but I messed it up on my page.
Well, thanks for including that. But
I'm typing this stuff like whenever you do like a aha moment. I'm using a different program, so I don't have my sound effects right now. But I put them in the comments for you.
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And so that's really big, because for me, the biggest thing for me, whenever all this kicked off and everybody was doing all, you know, just doing these concerts and these fundraisers and stuff like that, and I was like, you know, this is not going to last because folks'
100%.
money is going to really dry up, because
100%.
I heard from my people in the industry that we were looking no sooner than November.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what I was like, no sooner than November. And then after we've been in it for 2 months, I was like, they were like April of 2021. And then
100% agree.
As we get here, some people are talking about 2022.
Yeah. Scary things.
How you feel about that, Amanda? Look, Amanda, how you feel about that, Amanda?
I mean, look, all you can do is wake up and take every day at a time. I really believe that. That's all you can do is look at the problem that's in front of you. Looking at something 2 years from now is just going to be overwhelming and quite frankly depressing.
And
so
it's not on the list. It can't be on the list because it's 2 years from now. It can be the
list.
It cannot be. It's got to be on like the big goal board. But
that's right.
It can't be on the list because
that's right. So I mean, I'm not thinking about that right now. I'm just waking up every day, being creative, whatever way that means being creative. There's all different ways to be creative, whether it's taking new pictures for my Instagram, or going to a session for songwriting or whatever, like, you know, always just waking up and being creative every day.
Side note, you have 4 dogs. They're very quiet.
Oh yeah, I was gonna make a bad joke. I tied them up before I got on. No, I didn't tie them up.
I mean,
I think at this point though, they can tell whenever I'm working, and they're in the back, in their part of the house, so they have like domain of one part of the house, and I'm on the other side of the house because I live in a shotgun, like in a double shotgun. So they have their space. I think they know whenever I'm working at this point, because they definitely in the beginning of this pandemic, they were tripping really hard. They were tripping really hard because they were just like,
"What you mean we can't play?
You're home still. You don't have somewhere to be.
Right?
Like we nap at this time, and you're talking on the phone, and this is disrupting to my day. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. Can I talk to your manager? Like that is my dogs. That was them at the beginning of the pandemic. I think they've learned to tune me out and be like, the lady's doing the thing again. Just let her go.
She's doing the thing that lets us have our doggy rooms.
Yes. Yeah, they have a little doggy door so they can go to the backyard and hang out. So I have 3. I have the rescues. I have a Chihuahua. I have a Brussels Griffon, a Pug, and an English Bulldog.
Those small dogs.
The three, the Pug, the Brussels, and the Chihuahua, they're small, but the Bulldog is 65 pounds of energy.
Oh, no, but he's short.
He's short. He looks just like the one from Tom and Jerry. He's like, yeah, he's got the smushed face and he's got the underbite. He looks just like the Tom and Jerry dog, the dog in Tom and Jerry. Yeah, awesome. He looks just like that. And he's just a ball of energy. Do you know he has dragged, I think he's a little bored with this whole pandemic thing. So I'm not sure why, but he has turned into a hunter. And so he has brought on 3 different occasions, he has brought possums into my house.
Oh, that he killed himself.
Oh, one of them he did not kill. He thought he had killed it, but the possum was playing possum.
Oh.
I lost control of my bedroom to a possum because, of course, he was proud of himself. So he came and put it right next to my bed at 2 a.m. like, look, Mom, look at what I did. Look at how good I am. And I was just like, oh, my God. And then the possum, which I thought was dead, looks up at me and goes,
oh, man.
Yes, I lost control of my bedroom.
How did that work out? You had to get the pest control people? You called Dad?
Finally, 6 hours later, at like 8 a.m., we were finally able to escort the possum outside because none of these places that say they are 24-hour animal control. First of all, there's not a public animal control, at least here in Orleans. There's no or any. No, they're all private companies. So you have to call them. And all the ones that say they're 24 hours, fun fact, are not 24 hours, at least not on a Saturday night. And I had a show the first time he did it, I had a show the next day.
But
he's done it twice. He's done twice since the pandemic.
Both live possums?
No, he killed 2 of them.
Okay.
He did kill 2 of them.
So did it happen? The first one was live and everyone after that was dead?
Yeah. He learned his lesson. He did learn his lesson.
He's like, no, Mom, Mom, really, no.
I beat him so good. If he hadn't learned his lesson, he would have deserved another beating because I let him know. No, I'm kidding, y'all. I would never beat my dogs. I'm just letting everybody out there. I would never. But I certainly verbally abused him. I was just like, you stupid. Oh, why would you do this? That it was a horrible, it was one of those stories that was horrible in the moment, but it really made for a good story later on.
Yeah, yes. As a dog mom, you gotta fuss. Like, you gotta fuss, man. Gotta tell them how serious that is. You could have gave me trichinosis or something.
He's my son, and he is a mama's boy, and he makes me so mad, and he still tries so hard to impress me, and I'm just like, that don't impress me much.
What have you done for me lately?
Exactly.
Okay, so question: do you have a copy of your album that you can reach without?
Yes, I do. Right here.
That's how you know she's real, y'all. Those are real deal albums right there. Put it up against close. Look at you. Oh, Shay.
Thank you so much.
Go to Louisiana. Oh, Shay.
That's right.
What did Johnny Papa don't say?
That's right. Yeah, we got that one on there. So It's a cute little album, and it can all be yours.
For the small price of $10 plus shipping.
$10. That's right. That is 100% correct.
AmandaShaw.com. Go get it. So you even sprung for the fold out joint. Yeah, man.
Wait, what?
You even sprung for the fold out joint. I'm doing.
Oh yeah. You know, I want people to have a nice thing. I always do this. This is the digipacks are my favorite because it gives me an opportunity to put something fun on the inside, make it cute. You know, I am a shopper. I love shopping, and there's nothing more disappointing than getting a product you like and the packaging is disappointing. So part of it is the packaging is kind of half the fun. Whenever you purchase something and you get it all cute in the little bag and you get to go home and unwrap it. And so it's always been important to me that my records, I want them to look good. Like I would buy it and I would think it's cute. So
look at you, Disney. I see you read that book. I see you read that book all the way down to the trash on the floor. That's right. Pick it up. Don't ever let them see the trash. They never see the trash. You got all the pathways behind, in the back. Don't ever walk out in the front. Always walk in the back. Yeah.
And there's no wires either. Next time you're at Disney, there are no cords or wires. Everything is wireless.
That's right.
And the speakers are hidden. Those are one of my most fun things whenever I go to Disney. I love looking for the speakers because the music's always playing, but they hide it good. They do.
Yep. Okay, so that's a big thing. And so like on stage, that's one thing that I cannot stand. Somebody was like, dude, why you still wear that microphone? I was like, well, first of all, I have to have a headset microphone, first of all.
Yeah, you've got two hands busy. Yeah, you got to do it. I understand.
I don't ever get to hold my fiddle right here and grab a microphone. I ever do that. You know what I'm saying? I got to lean over. It looks really foul for you to lean over and that don't work. So I have that headset, but I just don't like being wired.
Oh, interesting.
Tethered. I can't stand being tethered on stage.
Yeah.
I have to be able to roam the entire stage.
That is awesome. That is so awesome.
I need to be able to articulate what I'm feeling at every point of the stage that I'm on.
Yeah. Well, that's how you know Sean Ardoin gives it to the fans 100%, 100% of the time.
Look, you want to be my publicist? I know you'd be great at it.
I mean, my unemployment is drying up. So, if you're hiring.
Ooh, let's talk about the unemployment thing. Not that it really matters, but they said that thing was supposed to be retro. And from when you applied to when it first started, I thought I may have approached this wrong, but I was like, I think other people need it more than me. But then somebody was like, look, that money's going to everybody and we pay taxes for that. So go get the money. And I was like, you know what? You're right. And so I applied for it, but I never got the retro. I didn't apply for it until like the end of June. So I got like a couple of weeks or whatever. And then, it's whatever it is now. But you know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's supposed to be retro. What's up with that? Where's the retro money? Where did that money go?
I'm not going to comment on any of that because I know so many people are so fired up about all this stuff right now. But I got to tell you, I'm musicians 100%, because we're going to be the last industry to come back. We really are going to be one of the last ones. So, we have to support, especially here in Louisiana, going back to those culture bearers and supporting those culture bearers. I think that it's really important to keep that, to keep the survival of those people, because, as my friend Cayman, who owns the Lake House in Mandeville, he said, there's a lot of cities out there with restaurants, great restaurants, and socializing in bars and drinks. There is no place that has music, restaurants, bars, all wrapped up into culture. Yep. Louisiana is the only place that has, and it's that he said, and the thing that all other places are missing is the music portion. And, that music portion is what turns it into culture, and it turns it into something really great. And if we lose that, it's going to be devastating for not just our economy, but our identity as a state and as a people.
I tell people all the time, it's like, you got to understand something. First of all, in Louisiana, they come here. Let's not fool ourselves. They come here because of the food and music. Once they get here, the people win them over.
That's right.
The food is as advertised and better, and the music is as advertised and better.
That's right.
But when they get there, you take all of that and then you marry that with the experience of being able to enjoy the food and the music with people who are a part of the music. That's something that's intangible and that you can't legislate and that you can't manufacture outside of the state.
No, you are so right. You are so right. And so, yeah, I just hope for all of our musicians, all of our restaurant owners, all of our bar owners, I absolutely send my heart and my love. And I cannot wait till we can rally together again to pick each other up after this. And because, you know, we are going to have some serious parties, some serious fundraisers, some serious food and music to help each other out. And I can't wait till that day comes, because I'm going to be in that number. I hope I'm in that number.
Oh, you're gonna be in that number for sure. So, Jerry Selwyn said, "Do you have any scheduled any schedules on stage before the end of the year set for either of us? It was great catching Amanda at the Lake House in June."
Yeah, no, you know, honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. I think
that's how you answer that. You said
you have to look
day-to-day basis.
We are on a day-to-day basis, weekly basis. I've had shows that have rescheduled multiple times, and I have made no effort to update my page and be like, here it is, guys, unless I 100% know it's happening, because things are just so in flux and everything. And so I appreciate, Jerry, I appreciate your enthusiasm. It was great seeing you also in June, and I can't wait to see it again at a show. So thank you for asking that question, and I'm sorry. I wish I had a better answer for you.
No, that is the answer. You know what I'm saying? So I got to watch it. So somebody clowned me. Guy Michaels clowned me a few weeks ago. He's like, "So you know what you're saying, Sean?" I said, "See, thank you for that. I appreciate that, because I say that a lot." and you know what? Let me tell you what. Since we backstage, you know where I get it from?
Where?
I get it from this. When you're talking to certain people on the phone and they're doing other things, and you know they're doing other things, because see, I lost my voice in 2008, and so vocal landscape is important.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so if I'm wasting my vocal landscape for the day, then I can move on to something else. So so if I'm talking to them, I go, you know what I'm saying? They go, yeah. You know, if you say, you know what I'm saying, they don't answer, you go, they're not listening.
Yeah.
So I got to filter that from my interviewing and my backstage stuff here, because I say that way too much. But moving on, since we are backstage, there's no rules. There's no rules.
No rules, y'all.
No limits, no rules. No, this is how I live life, though. There are zero expectations, but zero limitations.
I love that. That is so great. I'm going to use that.
You can use that. I wasn't the first one to come up with that one. I did come up with this, though. See it said get to work.
I know. I see that all the time on your pages. Yep. I know it. I see it, and I think Sean Ard one. I know that's you.
It's lists. You know what I'm saying? It's
making your list. See, you've been the king of lists for as long as that's your list right there.
Yeah,
right there.
I whenever I can't, you know, when I was motivational speaking, I still motivational speak, but I can't do it in person. But when I was getting certified through a friend of mine, ET, they were like, you know, zone in. I was like, well, it just came to me. See it said get to work. Now, first of all, it's biblical, because you know you have to write a vision, make it plain. You have what you say you have, and when you say it on earth, it's done in heaven, done in heaven, all the good stuff like that. And then at the end, faith without work is dead. So you got to get to work. So see it said get to work. It applies to everything. Yeah, it applies to everything.
You're so right.
You know, so I try to keep that going, but no expectations and zero limitations. That way, I love that. You know, because when you go into situations like this, like the coronation, right? Mm-hmm. And I wonder if I'm the only one that calls it the coronation. I don't know, but I
definitely. Oh, you know what my 10-year-old brother called it the other day? He called it the coronies.
The coronies. That's right. It's like the cooties, the worst.
He was like the coronies when the coronies is over.
Oh, the coronies.
So I like coronation, all of its game in my house. So
and I put it in, you know, into foreverness by naming it my album.
Yeah, that's true. You did memorialize it.
It's memorial. I couldn't think of the word memorialize. Thank you. Corey Ledette said, "What's up, y'all?"
Hey, Corey, how's it going?
Yep. So check this out. So so in the coronation, zero limitations, zero expectation. So I'm gonna go on a limb and tell you that I've been so busy during the coronation that I've been stunned. I just thank God every day for the fact that I've been busy. Not this show, but just like legitimately busy, and gigs are coming, but they're different. So let me ask you this. What has been your pivot in the Coronication for the business, the music business side? What has been your pivot? Or have you just been feeling it out?
I mean, I think.
See, we got to get some meat in this thing. I got you. Let's go.
Well, I mean, I never backstage, but I don't want to be giving away everything I'm working on or anything.
No, not secret. No, not secret. What have you done? We don't need to talk about what you're gonna do unless you're promoing for it. What have you done the last 3-4 months?
I've stayed really busy as well. So in the beginning, the first March, April, and May, man, I was very busy. I was making a lot of content for, working with, over 20 years. I'm fortunate enough to have gained a lot of great partnerships in our community with a lot of different, outlets. I worked with Louisiana Fish Fry to, they partnered with the Louisiana Food Bank to give away meals for people who filmed a video of themselves singing "You Are My Sunshine." I think each video was gonna donate, I think, like 100 meals or something. I can't remember it, but I partnered with them in the beginning, and so we were making content for that. Obviously working with, I work with Billy Nungesser and Louisiana Travel for staycation, and obviously that's a big thing. People are RVing and all of that, so I'm the voice of their commercial, so working on that and doing things with
congratulations
that.
on that, by the way. I didn't tell you that.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, what?
Congratulations on that. I didn't tell you that, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
When we got on, my friend Meach said, wait, what did she say? Let me see. The Miss Good Southern Girl.
Yeah, that's an oldie but goodie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm not. So yeah, I made a lot of content for a lot of other outlets, and then I was also focused on working on content for my outlets. I'm already pretty much, I was on Facebook and Instagram, but it wasn't a dedicated schedule. But that's been really one of the things I've really worked on, because it's really been, I had so many great opportunities, especially in the beginning, and just continuing to work with those partnerships and continuing to bring videos. I was making videos, my Fiddle and Friday videos, which I know a lot of you guys said that you were enjoying, and so yeah, that was a big thing. And again, just staying in touch with all of my service industry, small business friends out there, and just staying in touch. And like you said, no expectations, but zero limitations. And every day, I really do believe in just waking up, making those lists, and dreaming big, and whatever it is. So again, it is pivoting, but it's not totally pivoting, because it's just more about really leaning into what you already were gifted, and trying to just be there for it,
Yeah,
and showing up every day.
Hey, it's the basketball court. Just because you pivot don't mean you left the game.
Exactly.
You pivoted to get away from a defender. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. And this is a great time. I just think it's a great time to, for anybody out there who is a musician or in the music business, this is a great time to just stay in touch with fans, work on your brand, write music, record music, so that way it's ready to go whenever this is over, or release it now, and start working on another one, whatever it is. Staying creative, I think, is a really important thing. At least for me, it is.
Yeah, because one thing we talked offline. You really got deep into content and stuff like that. And one thing that I understood whenever I was dealing with the certification for speaking, I didn't realize about this internet world. I mean, I knew it and I would say it, but then when it's a whole different situation. And I have to confess that I have dropped the ball. I've been so busy on the Coronication that I've kind of dropped the ball on my social media, which I know is a no-no. But I mean, I'll post, but I don't cultivate it like I should. You know what I'm saying? But see, I said it again. I don't cultivate it like I should, but the number one thing that is needed now, to all the musicians out there, all the people out there who are, your job is your job's going left, or you're at home or trying to figure out, your pivot needs to be content. figure out what kind of content you can deliver the world, and you may have found yourself a new stream of income.
Totally true. Well, on that note, I have to say I gotta take off. It's been so fun hanging out with you. So I'm helping my mom do homeschooling with my 10-year-old brother, so yeah, I have been having I've been having some double duty. So I need to get some good rest so I can get up ready for that multiplication and decimals tomorrow.
Lord have mercy. So okay, so before we go, AmandaShaw.com.
That's right, AmandaShaw.com, and you can follow me here on Facebook. That's right, new album, Joie. And yeah, you can follow me on Facebook or Instagram or wherever you like.
And what's that name on Facebook and Instagram? Facebook?
Well, right here, I'm tagged in it. So Amanda Shaw Official. And then on Instagram, it's Amanda Shaw Music. So follow me there. And yeah, AmandaShaw.com has all of my links and all of my CDs and info. So
okay, and before you go, since you've been dropping nuggets, I always ask my people at the end. First of all, we got to take a selfie, screenshot selfie. Selfie. You ready? Let me know when you're
ready. I'm ready.
Got it. All right.
That's so funny. I love that.
Screenshot selfie. Why not? So words of advice before you go. It doesn't have to be music. It can be whatever, just words of advice, chronication, whatever. Amanda Shaw, go.
Oh man, I mean, be true to yourself, and it's okay to take care of yourself and stay positive, but let yourself sometimes feel the feelings, and that's important. Live every day to its fullest, and just I think that's the best I can tell everybody. Those are my life mottos, at least anyway. And hey, they haven't gotten rid of me yet, so
hey, it's working for her, so it will work for you.
And get a circle light because they get rid of everything.
A circle light. Definitely get a circle light.
It gets rid of everything. All the bags. The bags.
Yes, indeed. So look,
only bags I have are designer. I don't want no bags under my eyes.
hey, that's a song.
Yep, there you go. Always thinking. I love it.
Amanda, thank you. Amanda Shaw, thank you for coming to All Things Music and hanging out with us backstage.
Thank you so much.
Look, y'all go follow her, go buy the album, and we'll see y'all next week. We'll have Mr. Kirk Whalum right here on All Things Music. We'll holla.
Bye, guys. Bye, y'all. See you soon.
All right, bye.